better position for you.
The team has no problem. You've seen the cars on pole, so we probably need to change driver.
8 victories at the Hungaroring. Yet this year, Lewis Hamilton left Budapest lapped, furious, and hinting Ferrari should find another driver. Behind that outburst lies a chain reaction of missed upgrades, silent engineers, and contract escape hatches no one at Maranello wants to discuss. Stay tuned as we uncover why Hamilton's red dream could end sooner than anyone imagined. P12 in qualifying, P12 in the race, and lapped at a circuit where he's won 8 times. Hamilton didn't hold back. Absolutely useless, he called his own performance.
I'm just useless.
So say again?
I'm just useless.
Then came the real shock. Maybe they should get another driver. Not sarcasm, not heat of the moment frustration. He later doubled down. I was completely serious. That one sentence ricocheted through the paddock. Was Hamilton hinting at a mid-season exit, a retirement, or just venting after another weekend where nothing worked? Vassar was quick to defuse it, calling Lewis demanding and saying he'll come back fighting. But not everyone was convinced. DAZN's Antonio Lobato said Hamilton had hit rock bottom. Ralf Schumacher wondered aloud if the 7-time champ was now toying with the idea of walking away entirely. At the summer break, Hamilton sat 6th in the standings with 109 points. Leclerc on 151 had doubled his podium count and looked far more comfortable in the car. And that was the real problem. This wasn't just about results. Hamilton's relationship with the SF25 has felt like a standoff from day one. The car's twitchy rear, tricky braking feel, and erratic behavior in the wet don't suit him. Toto Wolff, watching from afar, put it bluntly, he's never been happy with ground effect cars. And when even Ferrari's vote of confidence feels like damage control, you start to wonder if Hungary was more than a bad race. It was a turning point. Because beneath the surface, there's been a steady buildup of strain, not just with the car, but with the people. Hamilton's relationship with race engineer Riccardo Adami has sparked as many headlines as his on-track form. Sarcastic jabs over the radio in Miami, eerie silence in Monaco. Those weren't isolated moments. They hinted at a rhythm that just isn't there. At Mercedes, Hamilton's decade-long bond with Pete Bonington was almost telepathic. Now paired with Adami, Sebastian Vettel's former engineer, he's starting from zero, under pressure, in Italian. Ferrari downplays it. Hamilton calls the noise BS. But Juan Pablo Montoya wasn't buying it. He openly slammed Adami's radio behavior as unprofessional and said Lewis should be angrier. That unease extends to the garage culture. Ferrari operates differently. Slower comms, more hierarchy, fewer real-time calls. At Mercedes, Hamilton had influence. At Ferrari, he's still adapting. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc thrives in this ecosystem, and he's beating Hamilton. Respectful in public, but unapologetically focused. Internally, it's every man for himself. Setup philosophies have diverged too. Early reports suggested Hamilton and Leclerc were pulling the SF25 in opposite directions. And when Hamilton hinted at a lot going on in the background, he wasn't just talking about strategy. The chemistry, or lack thereof, might matter more than lap time. But it's what Ferrari didn't do off track that may prove just as decisive. In the summer of 2024, the unthinkable happened. Adrian Newey, the most successful designer in F1 history, announced he was leaving Red Bull. Instantly, the paddock buzz turned to Ferrari and Hamilton. Could they bring him in? Hamilton didn't deny the intrigue. He called it a privilege to work with Newey. For a brief moment, it looked real. Ferrari made a serious push. Reports of a €100 million offer, total technical control, even direct involvement from Piero Ferrari, all confirmed the Scuderia meant business. But Newey wanted more than just money. He wanted autonomy. And crucially, he wanted to stay in the UK. That was the sticking point. Ferrari's Maranello first model clashed with Newey's terms. Ultimately, Ferrari pulled out. Aston Martin didn't. Newey went where he'd get full freedom and a share of ownership. Ferrari stayed rigid. From Hamilton's perspective, it must have felt like watching a championship window slam shut. This was the engineer who could have redefined their 2026 car, at a time when Hamilton's running out of time. It wasn't just about Newey either. Ferrari's refusal to open technical offices in the UK continues to limit who they can hire. Enrico Cardile, their aero chief, left too, ironically to join Newey. For Hamilton, who once joined Mercedes because they assembled a dream team around him, Ferrari's caution must feel jarring. The team that should be building around him is instead reinforcing its walls. But Ferrari's fallback plan is clear, and all bets are now on 2026. That's when the sport resets. New chassis, new engines, and for Ferrari, a shot at reinvention. Hamilton knows how valuable that timing could be. He won in 2014 and 2022 largely because Mercedes nailed regulation shifts. If Ferrari does the same in 26, it might be his one final leap to title number 8. To get there, Hamilton isn't waiting on miracles. He's deep in the weeds already, meeting with Loic Serra, shaping concept decisions, demanding changes. There's elements of this car that cannot go into the following year, he warned after Silverstone. One of those, the vague steering feel. Ferrari responded with mid-season tweaks, but Hamilton wants those preferences baked into the next car from day one. He's also flagged energy deployment quirks, engine braking maps, tire management traits, all subtle but critical. According to insiders, he's at Maranello reviewing CAD models on off days, giving simulator feedback on early 2026 prototypes. It's not just input, it's imprint. D'Ambrosio says both drivers' feedback is aligning. That's rare. It means the 2026 Ferrari won't be a tug-of-war between two styles, but a focused concept. Planted rear end, easier on tires, more forgiving in dirty air. Still, Ferrari's paused 2025 upgrades and placed its chips on a future that doesn't exist yet. Hamilton has done this gamble before with Mercedes. But at 40, there's less time for correction. If 2026 flops, there might not be another reboot. And if that reboot never comes, the idea of Hamilton leaving Ferrari mid-contract becomes less hypothetical and more like an inevitable shift waiting for a trigger. Because if the 2026 car disappoints, Lewis isn't just facing another rebuild, he's facing the clock. A 41-year-old with nothing left to prove, staring down another season of false dawns, isn't likely to sign up for the long game. Not with other options on the table or a legacy to protect. The fallout would be instant. Ferrari would need a replacement, and the two most likely names tell you everything about their internal crossroads. Do they double down on youth and call up Ollie Behrman, the prodigy waiting patiently at Haas? Or do they walk back to Carlos Sainz, the steady hand they let go for Lewis in the first place? Behind the scenes, both doors are open. Behrman's contract is Ferrari controlled. Sainz's Williams deal has wiggle room. There's even chatter that dinner meetings have already taken place. And beyond that, the paddock dares to dream. Max? A Mercedes return? A McLaren farewell? Or simply the curtain falling? Your move, Lewis, but what if he walks? Let us know. Who replaces Hamilton if he leaves Ferrari? Where would you want to see him go next? Drop your theories below, subscribe if you love the chaos, and we'll keep digging.